What is going down, everyone? It's time for Mojobreak.com, The Hype, and this is our 15th year anniversary bracket episode. We're going to nominate a winner of one of the best products over the last 15 years, so we need your help in the comments below to talk about some of your favorite products. And today's episode is going to be everything shiny. So, Cody, tell us about this bracket.
Yeah, so I thought good way to sort of have another, 15th anniversary feather in our cap, hallmark. How do we honor 15 years of Mojobreak history? Well, what if we took every product? Now, I'm not talking just like, Topps baseball or National Treasures football. No. Just the brands, period. Let's pit them all against each other in a Sweet 16 style bracket. So, you guys have not seen this bracket yet before we've started. This is going to be the grand unveiling. Please, pick it apart. Tell me if it's good. Tell me if it's bad. Here is the bracket.
Are we going to do a bracket that is the worst product ever made?
Well, if they say that, they're like, well, guess what product you guys aren't getting anymore? Here it is.
Super Break.
I've got Shine. Well, and then
The
there
bar.
you go. We've won. It's over. The worst. You've listened to our worst product of all time episode right there. So I've done it in 4 categories here. Shiny. Anything sort of chrome and shiny. I've got Prizm, Donruss Optic, Topps Chrome, and Select. In base, all about that base is what I'm calling it. These are more sort of base-heavy flagship products. You've got Topps Baseball, series flagship baseball. I threw in Allen and Ginter. This is one maybe we can debate. Maybe some Goodwin Champs fans are out there. Maybe say, no, Goodwin should be in there. Donruss. And I had to throw in Upper Deck Hockey, Series 1, Series 2. I think Young Gun Chases have to be included. We go to high-end, the high-end bracket. You got Flawless, Topps Dynasty, National Treasures, Immaculate. This one I think is the one that's most ripe for debate. And then best of the rest, these are ones where I couldn't really figure out an exact category to fit it in, but again, felt like they had to be included. You've got Bowman, Contenders, Transcendent, and the Cup Hockey. Debate away.
I mean, I got a few problems. For one, I don't see Neopets on there.
Yeah, I know.
Which is like, near and dear to my heart to have the Upper Deck Neopets because, I walk around staring at it every day, look at inventory. It's there. It's, it's like a friend that just, a friend that you don't want hanging around anymore. And it's on there. And then
It's a friend that never leaves.
Friend that never leaves, yeah.
Exactly.
And
it's like, did you guys like Tamagotchi? Well, what if we got it and it wasn't as fun?
It's the
Neopets.
It's the
Boys of Summer didn't make the cut.
Hey, I love me some Boys of Summer.
Panini Leather and Lumber didn't make the set.
Oh, yeah.
So
I didn't see Phoenix up there.
Phoenix did not make it. Did not make the cut.
In all seriousness, though, Mosaic was probably borderline shiny, right?
Mosaic was maybe the hardest cut. I was really debating this. I also say, I went over this with Alex, our the man who wears all the many caps around here, who was also, I trusted his expertise. Like, what do you think? And we debated Mosaic for a little bit.
What about Impeccable?
Impeccable was the other one where we debated, like, Impeccable.
But you can't remove Immaculate.
Right.
So
Dynasty was the one where I'm like, Dynasty could have gone Impeccable. That could have gone a lot of ways.
Well, in that little bracket of the high end, Dynasty would be the only Topps product, right?
It's the only Topps product. That's kind of why we felt like had to include something. The other one that I was debating was Diamond Icons because I just think it's always year in, year out.
Definitive.
Definitive. Those ones. Dynasty was where we fell because it is multi-sport. And it felt like, you had to include one Topps high-end product.
Well, I mean, there's Transcendent down there as
There's Transcendent down there. That was another one where I was like, do you include Transcendent in the high-end stuff? Obviously, it is the highest of the high-end, but it also feels so specialized and so exclusive that it didn't feel like we could include it in that one. So, again, there was a lot of tough choices on the chopping block.
It is hard to narrow it down. I mean, you don't have clear-cut hockey in there.
No. No, clearly. I mean, we have multiple types of Donruss technically on here. That was the other thing, too.
There's no Leaf.
There is no Leaf.
No Trinity.
No
Pop Century, which is frankly
no Pop Century.
Wild card dinosaurs.
No wild card dinosaurs. Look, Pop Century, a product that is legitimately near and dear I think speak for the room. It's near and dear to our hearts. That's such a fun
It was
rip.
more near and dear to my heart when it was $120 a box.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Which is maybe why it missed the cut. So
You know, it's near the history book one is near and dear to my heart. I think we still got some of that.
history book.
Yeah, these pop culture.
Look, they are
yeah.
cool hits.
Are
but
they?
They're a little pricey.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah,
Just a
that's
little bit
fine.
pricey. So, yeah, the other one, too, was Allen and Ginter versus Goodwin. I think a few years ago, that's a debate that feels like, oh, yeah, you could go either way. I think the last few years, I would lean towards Ginter. And I think that's a pretty safe bet.
I think so. Yeah. I mean, also, I guess when you're talking Topps Chrome, are you including Sapphire into that mix too?
Yeah, that's what's tough. Is the Sapphire get included in that? Prism, I guess. If that's the case, then you have to also include things like Prism Deca, Black. Those have to be included. If we are kind of going the whole brand itself, does then Topps Chrome Black also get included in that conversation? I don't know. I would say probably no. We'll lean towards the flagship version of that product. The only ones where
I love that Contenders got up there.
Look.
In probably
shouldn't be.
It'll probably be one and done.
This is one
Probably
where
gonna get blown out in the first round.
This is one where this is just a clear. I had to give it to you. I had to throw it out for you guys. Contenders being on there. Is it what it does? It have the same cachet that it once did? It doesn't.
Nope.
But you know
no,
what?
and you got it matched up against Bowman. I mean, it doesn't. It has no chance.
That
got no
was a tough
chance.
one. I was like, do I put it up against a Transcendent or a Cup? No, I feel like that's a better matchup. Those two going against each other. So, yeah, it's maybe it's an honorary pick, throwing it there in the best of the rest. But I couldn't make this bracket without.
It's going to be a
Contenders.
dark horse. It's going to win. It's going to sweep.
It's the dark horse.
How are we deciding winners? Just through our debates?
Well, that's exactly what it is. We're just going to debate, and obviously.
Well, there's
If
three of
you're-
us, so
there's
I guess
three of us, so it's an easy way to determine a tiebreaker. And we want to hear in the comments for everyone. I want to hear just sort of the fans' thoughts on this. I think we could even have we'll throw it out there as like a fan bracket as well. What do you guys pick out of these? I would love to hear everybody on each video pick your winners as we go along in this series. So if there's no more any other inclusions or exclusions. I think we can
Emanate.
Emanate. Oh, how could we
it's
forget?
not a card product.
I know
Not
that's
a
the
card,
thing.
but,
It's not a card product.
but there could
It's a
have been
big-
another bracket that was like a like a memorabilia,
Well,
and it could have went under there.
for the 20th anniversary,
You got the
we'll do that.
I mean,
bracket.
also, I'm disappointed there's no Panini Encore. You know,
no
on
encore,
there.
no
Not on
silhouette. No, I know it would have been a late inclusion,
kidding.
but yeah, wholly joking. Yeah, yeah. Again,
no Bowman's best.
would love to hear too. Again, the best product not on here
No finest.
is another
Chrome
one.
Black,
Okay. Legitimately, Finest was one where I was kind of debating,
Inception.
but I just like, I don't know.
I love just. I mean, we can just go over.
Yeah.
We
You
can
could make
we
a
just
whole-
keep on.
If we wanted to go full 64 product bracket, we absolutely could have.
No,
actually,
Now,
no royalty.
it's too early.
Actually, you know the one that
Too early?
really hurts me is no Panini Momentum.
Oh man.
No,
You know what,
no
actually-
Momentum on there.
I should have, you know what? Really, I should have just given it to Flux.
Yeah.
Love me some Flux.
What the flux?
I mean,
That's how I feel every time I rip that
20
thing open.
2012 momentum football.
Yeah.
Ah, so good. 10 hits.
10 hits, 10 packs. I mean, the product.
Yeah. Then 2013 kind of ruined it, but
Yeah.
it was, you know, they still put it in the Chronicles sometimes. So
Tried to lean towards, and again, I'm rooting for the base heavy stuff because you know what? That's the working man's bracket right there. That's the working collector's bracket right
it's the
there.
blue collar bracket.
That's the blue collar bracket, the all about that base. But we'll start somewhere in the middle with shiny. And once again, let's refresh everyone's memory. Here are the matchups. We've got Prism versus Optic, Topps Chrome versus Select. Let's start with Prism versus Optic, two Panini products. Optic, obviously, Chrome Donruss, basically, is essentially what we're looking at. I know it's sort of like it's another Donruss style product. Feels like it's a pretty easy choice here, but I want to hear positives and negatives of both sides here for these products.
Yeah, tough to. Prism is a staple, right? It's a staple across every category when it comes to football, when it comes to basketball. baseball without the license, but baseball still does well.
Yes.
Prizm World Cup. I mean,
Prizm Rolling Stones.
Prizm Rolling Stones. Prizm WNBA.
Maybe
WWE.
You're talking about
Prizm.
great adaptability for this
Yeah,
product.
I mean, everybody loves Prizm. Optic, still a very, I mean, on-card autos. So, I mean, if you're chasing the autos, I think you got to go. I think you got to give a little bit of a nudge to Optic and the inclusion of downtowns.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
the better
Uptowns.
better inserts seem to come out of Optic. I mean, Prizm does have color blasts in the past, stained glass, but I think the OG is the downtown.
Yeah, that is the one thing I think that Optic does definitely have going for it is I feel like, I mean, I'm very biased because I always love chasing the autos over everything else. Prizm is definitely the more new age, I think, pick because it's all about the color. It's all about the parallels. It's all about the color blasts, all that. But, yeah, I am a sucker for just a good on-card auto, and I feel like, yeah, Optic is still going to bring you that.
But one thing to keep in mind is Optic football has the downtowns and has had the downtowns.
Right.
Optic basketball did not.
True.
Up until this year, they have Optic downtowns now, but it's been in 1-1 in the past. And Pinnacle, what was that set it first came out in? It was Pinnacle, wasn't it? It was the 2016 downtown basketballs was in Paramount, I believe.
Paramount.
Pinnacle Paramount. So it's moved around, but Optic football has had that downtown forever.
Yeah. Is it even up for debate, though? As we're talking all the pros and cons, but what at the end of the day, Prizm, Optic, who's our winner?
I think based on resale, I gotta give the nod to Prizm.
As much as I want to vouch for Optic, I don't think I can. I think Prizm's the winner, especially like
Yeah.
you look at like the 20, like you look at with Tops without the license, and then it's only brought more value to the Prizm, Jaden Daniels, the Prizm. I mean, Panini not having the autos for those guys, it's brought more value from the Prizm, from C.J. Stroud and all these guys over the years for the last couple years.
Yeah, thanks for coming, Optic. But yeah, Prizm is the one. I think I'm glad you mentioned Prizm baseball, a product that I was so ready to just leave it in the dust when Panini lost the MLBPA license.
It's been good.
And it's been good. At that price point, it's hard to beat. It's
Yep.
been solid. And now you've got some great color blasts in the most recent set. So, yeah, that to me swings it too. Is like, is it still a worthy set even when they lose a license? And, yeah, it still has been. It's been pretty solid. So, yeah, Prizm the clear winner. Moving on to the next round of the bracket. Next up, Topps Chrome versus Select. Another one that feels like we've got a one seems like the heavy favorite. Definitely a legacy brand. I'll just come out right away and say these are maybe two of my favorite sets, period. Topps Chrome is the one I personally collect the most. Select, though, was one of my favorites to rip in general. Anytime we got a new Select. And I know the knock against it is always there's so many parallels. There's so much color. It's almost too much. But to me, that's a feature, not a bug. I think it's fun. I think it's really fun. All of the animal prints, all of the different die cuts and all of that. To me, that's the fun of collecting Select.
I think with Select, big draw on football with the XRCs.
Yes.
I think that's been a tremendous extra value to that product over the last handful of years. I think with Select, you get a little bit of everything, right? You can chase the color, you can chase the parallels, you have RPAs. I mean,
yeah.
Add the XRCs. I love me some Topps Chrome, but I think at the end of the day, if I'm gonna rip a product and I'm looking for value, I'm going Select.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? You said all those things, and I was so ready to be like, it's probably Topps Chrome, right? But you're right. Everything else it adds, oh boy, I don't know. It's tough. I want to hear.
I'm looking forward to Topps' October basketball celebration.
All right.
Sick.
Cool.
So Topps Chrome.
Topps Chrome. Doug says Chrome. Oh, man, it's on me now.
That was smart.
That was very smart.
very smart.
Good call.
October 1st.
Good call by
October 1st.
Yeah, it's which
It's going to be the biggest day of the year.
There you go. Which I think this episode will be out by then. So, but anyway, yeah, the world has been taken over by Topps basketball already. It's people can't stop talking about it. Anyway,
I agree.
Topps Chrome Select.
And not only that, they have the greatest rookie of all time coming out to Topps basketball. Cooper Flag. Yep.
I've heard he's good.
It's good.
Better than Wemby?
Yep.
Okay.
Once in a generational
Fair
talent.
enough.
Once in a millennium.
Yeah.
Talent.
Fair
Once in forever. Like
Once
as long
every
as the world's been
1,000
around.
years.
You'd say pretty much better than Jordan,
Better than
LeBron,
Yeah, LeBron.
and Curry if they were all morphed and put into one player.
Perfect player.
Cooper Flag would probably beat that player one-on-one.
Yep, and you can only get him in Topps basketball products.
There you go. Well, all right. To jump off that, I love I think I love the argument Dan made about Select and the variety you can get. You're right. The RPAs, the color. I mentioned it. I love the animal prints. It's a fun chase. But I think at the end of the day, I think about some of the most iconic cards, especially not just baseball and basketball since the 90s, it's the Topps Chrome of Kobe. It's the Topps Chrome of
Disney
LeBron.
Chrome.
You've got your Disney Chromes now. You've got your SpongeBob ones. We've got those fun memes. But to me, it's the iconic ones from the years of basketball Chrome. The iconic cards, and for me personally, Chrome baseball is the stuff I collect the most. I got to go with my heart. It's Topps Chrome.
Cool. More Select for me.
Yeah.
And
Thanks.
yeah, I mean,
It makes me really sad.
In all seriousness, after the sales pitch, I think Select was one of the greatest variety of a type product that you can get because you're not getting too many. I mean, Topps Chrome isn't really known for like patch autos and stuff like that, or XRCs, and the wildness that comes with Select football that always like is a driver. Now, the cards don't sell as well as Prizm, but there's a lot more variety of types of things that you can get. So,
Are we putting like Chrome Update in there as well?
Yeah, I'll go like flagship Chrome stuff. So yeah, if you want to like Chrome and Chrome Update, I think it's fine, right? To include, yeah, I think it's fine. Just a standard Topps Chrome version of a set. I might, like we said earlier, I don't know if I throw Sapphire and like Chrome Black in that discussion, but like if it's a standard set that says Topps Chrome on it, whether it be Update, whether it be just standard Topps Chrome.
But debut patches and...
I mean, I guess, yeah, that technically would count under the Topps Chrome umbrella.
Some of the biggest cards in the...
They are.
In the market.
Yeah,
They
unfortunately, you don't like. I think Select as far as like if you're looking at just football, I think people would rather have a Prizm Patrick Mahomes than a Select.
Yeah.
Right. So like, but with Topps Chrome, you'd rather have, you got LeBron, you got Curry, you got all these names, and it's like, well, I'd rather have this one. It's like, no, you want the Topps Chrome. So
yeah.
I mean, but if you go to basketball, you can make the same argument, but reversed. You can be like, I would prefer to have Select basketball over Topps Chrome basketball as of right now.
As of right now.
But
and that's an argument we're
come
very
October
quickly
1st.
going to have.
Well, you also have V-Friends
Everything
Chrome
changes.
too. I mean,
V-Friends, another one, very much like Prizm, the wide variety of brands, which speaks to the popularity of that brand, that they can take all this IP and be like, slap Topps Chrome on it, slap Prizm on it, and it'll sell like hotcakes.
Or you're just saying you're saying there can never be a Select V-Friends?
I mean, they're good. Look, here, I'll throw this out.
that'd be awesome.
If we flipped these matchups, Select versus Prizm, I think I'm going with my gut, going with my heart. I would go Select because I just like the product more. It's just fun.
Let's flip the script on this. What's the worst IPs under those two brands? What's the worst Select of all time? What's the worst Chrome of all time?
I'm not a big Select baseball guy. Even when they had MLBPA, it was never that big.
Select baseball, tough over the years.
And
I can see that.
It leaned into the argument being there's almost too much color, there's almost too many parallels. Times that by 2, maybe even 3.
Would you rather have
with
Select baseball or Select NASCAR?
There's only one correct answer there.
Yeah, baseball.
Look, I've been on record saying I think the NASCAR stuff is fun and it's
undervalued.
I do like it. It's
undervalued.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know. I'd probably go NASCAR because at least that's licensed too at this point.
How about Topps Chrome? What's the worst one?
What
over
is the
years?
worst Topps Chrome
Cactus
version?
Jack.
Oof.
Yeah, I don't think we. Yeah, that's
Shots
true.
fired.
But it wouldn't be as bad if it was like $100 a box. But
Yeah,
It wouldn't
that's
be
what
as
it
bad
is.
if it
$400
was
a box.
If it was, $250. I'd take that. But yeah,
Yeah, at the price point, you're right.
price point, it's tough.
You're right.
I mean, I'm not gonna. I don't think the product is bad. What the price is and what we're into it for is tough to see value.
I don't think it. I just realized it's not. I don't want to throw this under worst because it's one I really like. Topps Cosmic Chrome. I don't know if that counts under this umbrella.
yeah,
I think that's one that I
and
would
that works
almost-
for baseball, but it failed miserably.
Yes,
But
if-
basketball without the license too.
I'm
so.
really curious if
People
that
loved baseball though.
baseball, and it still does well every time. I think as the years have gone on, the first year felt like great value, and you were like, well, it's fine. You're not getting one auto, but you're getting, some cool SPs or like some great numbered stuff. And then, hey, when you do get an auto, it's a great auto. I think the last couple, there's been sort of diminishing returns the last couple of years. So hopefully, I want to see it get back up because
Whatever happened to the
great looking product.
retail SKU of like Topps Fire?
Oh yeah.
Oh man,
That was a good one.
Topps Fire.
I mean, perfect for breaks too.
Yeah.
I'm pulling fire tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are. You are gonna pull some fire.
Ooh, when I also talking about ones that don't really push the needle for me. Getting back to Topps, Platinum Anniversary.
Platinum Anniversary.
Platinum
Yeah,
Anniversary.
They never were on
doesn't-
the right schedule with it.
they
doesn't-
never are.
Yeah, I feel like it comes out way, way too late.
I think
And what
we
happened for the last couple years of it? We haven't
So
seen
there,
it.
I think it's in. So we actually just talked about this on the baseball podcast not that long ago. I think I saw someone in the comments mention this, that it's now an every other year product, but that also feels like, boy, we are missing the boat on. There's still a chance you could put out a product with Paul Skeens rookie cards right now, and people are like, great, I'm buying, and at a pretty low price. Comparatively, I'm sure the price will go up a little bit given the 24 rookie class and what they've done and accomplished in the major leagues in a short time.
Yeah, you can kind of get like one more in.
You could.
I do.
If they wanted to.
I think I do remember hearing that at the convention that was going to be an every other year release.
Yeah. Which, yeah, I guess so.
Which
Yeah.
I actually
like the price point
don't,
of it.
I don't mind that approach with a lot of different products.
No.
Give it some time off.
Let us miss it a little bit.
Yeah.
And then we rip, you go, oh, yeah, I actually do like this product.
It's
It's
fun.
actually in a bad rip. So
What product do you guys think is out there that no matter, it doesn't have to be Topps, that you can take a year off from?
what can we take a year off from?
Pop Century.
Unfortunately.
I just want them to reevaluate what the cost, like the wholesale cost is per box.
Well, and maybe this speaks to how I've made the bracket here and why it's not on there. I'm not a huge Mosaic guy. I've never been a huge Mosaic guy. I think it's kind of redundant compared to some of the products we see here.
I agree. I think I would rather have Phoenix, especially in
I would
terms of
too.
football. See, Mosaic was kind of like, if for those that don't know the story, there was a product called Replay that they made in 16, 17.
Greatest product ever made.
And it was centered around like cards that they had left over that they make. Panini always does this. They make extra cards for damage replacements, and sometimes those go into, nowadays those go into like white boxes or black boxes and stuff, especially the better ones. But this one was labeled as like the greatest cards ever. There's Steph Curry RPAs. There's all these RPAs. But they didn't tell you that they're going to load it up with like guys that were out of the league, like Greg Stietsma and stuff like that at the time. That just, they put in all of his. And it just turned out to be like a massive, massive flop. Even at $200 back then, wholesale costs, all of us breakers were like, look, you guys pulled the wool over our eyes. This is not right. So they're like, okay, well, what we're going to do is we're going to give you guys this new set that we made called Prizm Mosaic. And it was in a little tiny box. And so for every Replay box you ordered, I think we had 20 cases at the time. You're going to get a box-to-box of this Prizm Mosaic. No charge, just to make you guys whole. So they gave us Prizm Mosaic, which I don't know if they had a plan to like release that online or what happened, but they decided to give it to everybody with the Replay, which was crazy now to think of it. It was the only time that it happened that we're like, this, in our tenure of breaking, was like, this product is so bad, we're going to give you another product to make up for it. So that's when Prizm Mosaic was released, and then the next year they did it again for basketball, and they called it Prizm Mosaic again. And then I think it got reinvigorated during the Pandy. 2020 Mosaic football was out the day that football started. And if you remember back then, football, like there was no fans there. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire had like 200 yards in his first game, and his mosaics went crazy. And then all the lore came with Mosaic, and then there was Mosaic basketball again, and then Mosaic baseball, and then they're just using it, and it just never. I'm with you guys. It's just like kind of a copycat of Prizm. Doesn't really have like a good insert. Even the parallels are not great. It just never really.
I'm actually surprised, like how well it's performed.
Yeah, it continues to every year.
It does. I mean, every time it comes out, no matter if it's football or basketball, people are waiting for it.
I think
first off the line drop sells out at an insane price.
I think a big part of it is just timing. That it's like people want to like. It's usually the first chrome shiny product of a new year. So it's like, well, great. I just want to get my hands on something. So it does hold some, resale value.
I think
some of the big cards early before Prizm comes
for
out.
football, it comes out. Or at least it used to, relatively early in the season.
Yeah.
Basketball, it's quite the opposite. I think it actually is one of the last
That's
releases.
true, actually, yeah. So, yeah. Mosaic,
Also,
looking at the
you might
Prizm
have
6,
Conrad chiming in about Red not have a revolution on this list as
Oh,
well.
that's right. Oh, boy. Yeah, you're right. I didn't even think to include that.
But
Sorry.
I don't think he should make the list.
No,
but
I don't think it
is an honorary
should.
mention.
It's a fun product. It's a fun rip, but I don't think it makes a top 16 list of just iconic products, legacy, impact on the, anyway, whatever.
Can't believe Clear Football is not on here.
Clearly Donruss.
Clearly Donruss, but wasn't there Clear?
Clear cut.
Clear cut. That's right. Yeah.
So this first round is going into the second round, which will be on another show, is going to be Prizm versus.
Well, no, we're doing it right now. Prizm.
Okay.
Let's do it. Let's end it. Let's close the bracket. This part of the bracket out. So it comes down to Topps Chrome versus Prizm. This is kind of a battle of juggernauts here.
Well, I'll tell you guys, October 1st is NBA basketball celebration day. It's the celebrating of all things basketball and Topps Chrome. Mojobreakshop.com will be having in-store Topps Chrome basketball celebrations because it's the greatest product ever made.
There you go.
All right, so what do you guys want to weigh in?
Well, with that, gosh, this is a hard one, obviously. I guess this is the question I have because there's always been, I'm not saying anything's going to happen or any acquisitions are going to happen, but we certainly have had some rampant speculation of like what would be the brands. Just theoretically, if Panini went, all right, we're selling off some of these brands. We don't have any of these, some of these licenses anymore.
I think they would. Prizm.
What would happen to Prizm?
$1 billion.
Right. Or would Topps say, well, we have Topps Chrome. Do we need this? But I guess I don't know. It's hard. And in a way, we won't really know, like, Prizm versus Topps Chrome, what's the winner. Maybe the next year will show us that with stuff like Topps
That
Chrome
wouldn't be a
basketball
fair
coming
comparison
back.
at that point. Because
Right, of course. Well, I'm saying not even that, but, like, compare Topps Chrome basketball to, like, the last few years of Prizm or even, pre-Fanatic Steals Prizm maybe would be a better comparison and see, like, the resale value of those cards in comparison. I don't know. But
it's tough. Because you obviously
one.
Topps Chrome baseball has been around forever, and they've never taken a time off. But Topps Chrome basketball has, Topps Chrome football has. While Panini built Prizm in 2012, and it's been a staple up until this point, where we don't know if we're going to have any Prizm come 2025, 2026. I know we're going to have some football still. But we will not have, as far as we know, we will not have any more basketball Prizm.
Yeah, we haven't had licensed Topps Chrome football since 2015.
2015.
Yep.
And honestly, like, even back, it wasn't like 14 and 15 Topps Chrome football was tough.
Yeah.
14 specifically. That was the Johnny Manziel year, and those boxes were tough.
They're like $50 at one point.
They were.
Retail.
I actually think it might have actually been less than that. I think at one point they were wholesaling for like $30.
What a time. My God.
Which I would love to get some for $30 now.
Sure.
But man, like I know the current regime at Topps, they're gonna come out and it's it's not going to be a flop. It's going to be really, really solid. We've already seen the previews of Topps Chrome Basketball. Definitely has a retro look to it. We've seen Prizm with baseball without having the PA license. We've also seen like football and basketball without the license, Topps Chrome. I got to give the nod to Prizm and Panini with non-licensed. I think again, they're only doing baseball right now, but I think that has been a tremendous surprise.
It has been.
And what's interesting to kind of digest is, when Topps Chrome was around, like when you look back at the Curry and you look back at 03, 04, you look at LeBron, those were not inserts. That was like the first years of oh, you can get a gold, you can get a 101, and that was enough to to whet the appetite of collectors for chase. But now Prizm has basically made, color blasts, and they've done a really good job of Panini has done a really good job of making inserts in demand, case hits in demand, non-numbered cards. And Topps is still trying to find their footing there. I mean, they've copied the Helix has been copied to look like the Color Blast.
Even the
home field advantages have meant to look like downtowns, and they have the hidden gems, and they've been trying to find one that's going to kind of take, and it's not there yet. I'm not saying 5 years from now there might be one that takes, but they're coming back into the fold without an insert that Panini's kind of paved the way on inserts. So. That's the only reason I would kind of give the nod to Prizm, because there is so much chaseability in these inserts and these gold vinyls and these zebra print, whatever prints your short print and cherry blossoms and stuff like that they've had and they've created over the years, to see what Topps Chrome is going to do with that. So
yeah, you're right. There have been a lot of things in the last few years where you could say that is directly taken from a lot of them. From Prizm.
Yep.
From who had the anime style cards first? Was it Prizm with the mangas before Topps did their version of the animes?
Well, they did the 50 whatever Ballman TV animes were the first ones.
So that was the first
Topps.
one.
Yeah,
and then,
I don't know if it was before Prizm though.
I feel like the mangas were first, which has been a new addition the last few years, where a lot of fans
I
like
want to
that.
say they were.
Yeah. So it's been a lot of that, and look, those animes look great, and I love them. Some of the things that have been basically directly just taking an idea from these products on the Panini side and Topps putting in. Some have looked really nice, but you can't deny where did they get that inspiration from. So, boy.
But generally over the years, if you would have went back in time and you asked me in 2013, I'd be like, okay, who has the best looking artwork and designs? I'd actually say Upper Deck, right? And then second would be Topps, and then third would be Panini. And it almost seems like sometimes Panini's designs are rushed, or some of the downtowns people complain that they're using AI, and it's Topps does have a cleaner look about a lot of their cards as far as what's going on in the background, how clean the design is. So I'm hopeful that given a chance now with the license that they will create inserts that look great and that are in demand, like what has happened with Prizm. Because even the mangas, they sell for a lot, but it's the Joe Burrow of him in a car, and it's I don't know. It doesn't look that. They sell for a lot, but it's it's not that great.
I kind of like them, but
I think if I
goofy.
have to make a pick right now,
yes,
I think I probably go Prizm.
Okay.
But I'm pretty sure in 6 months that would completely change, and I would be like, well, now that we have full-on Chrome licensed product, October 1st with basketball, April and football. I would probably swing Chrome at that point.
We're kind of comparing somebody's end of their career to the beginning of a player's career.
So I guess that's where I'm trying to be to make my decision. I'm let me just compare the best version of both of these. Topps Chrome Baseball to me is the pinnacle of what Topps Chrome is, and licensed Prizm football or basketball is the pinnacle of what that is, and it's still a really tough one. Are you guys both going Prizm?
No, I went Topps Chrome.
You went Topps Chrome. Well, once again, it lands on my shoulder.
Yeah, my thing is that and I like the way you put let's basically look at the best of both. And it's tough because there's been Prizm years, the design-wise, where I'm like, I don't like it.
Right.
I felt it felt short, but there's been Topps Chrome years where I've also felt the same exact way.
That's a good point.
So
and I think I think I'm pointing more on legacy for my pick, but like I think if I was to grab a box, and if I look over the years of how many boxes I've like just opened for myself, it's probably been a lot more Prizm boxes than it has been Topps Chrome.
Yeah. Oh yeah. If we're going over the years, though,
I think also like with Prizm, look at the cards that have been pulled in the last like 10 years and like what they go for on the secondary market. We just had the Jaden Daniels sell for how much was it?
Oh
again?
yeah, like $500,000.
Yeah, $500,000.
Something crazy.
Nothing
close to that.
You don't
or the
see
Mac
that.
Jones that the kid sold for $100,000.
Yeah,
that's true.
You just don't see those type of transactions in Topps Chrome.
No,
You
At
do
least,
though.
yeah,
You do not in the new stuff, but you look at the Kobe's and
in the old stuff.
the classic stuff. That's still, and I think that counts for something. That it is a legacy brand, and I know we're kind of trying to keep it in the scope of this 15.
Now I'm just trying to figure out what cards are still available that can be pulled.
Gotcha.
We have the 1-of-1 Luka that apparently hasn't surfaced yet.
Right.
What do we have
That one.
what do we have in Topps Chrome that is equivalent?
Nothing.
I mean a gold LeBron refractor.
the Curry super refractor.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
the Curry- oh,
true. Gosh. Okay, I have to make the
That
pick.
is a lot
You're
longer
right,
of a
you're
period
right,
of
you're right.
time.
All right, I got to make a pick.
And if you remember correctly, to give you guys a little bit of listeners a history lesson, that was the last year that Topps had the basketball license. So they actually made Topps Chrome as an insert in regular Topps flagship. So it was like you'd get Chrome in flagship. So
I know it's a great card, but that's not a great design.
No.
The Luka is
Luka is
the
a
Luka is
better
a
card.
way
little
better
fadeaway,
looking card.
little
Yeah.
fadeaway shot.
It is a better card.
Not a driver's
Oh,
license.
I mean,
my gosh.
I would prefer the Curry
Right.
if I had to pick.
Right.
I'd
But
go-
if you're
I-
just
I'd go with the
an
Curry
unbiased
because
fan,
I would go with the Luka.
right, and not even knowing what it costs, just by eye test of what card looks nicer.
Yeah.
Every time I think I know what I'm going to pick, my mind keeps changing. I think I'm gonna go with
Drum roll, please.
Prizm. I'm going Prizm. I don't. Oh God. Yeah, no, I'm going Prizm.
Sorry, Michael Rubin. I tried, Michael.
This segment,
hurt.
Don't
this
cut my
segment is
allocation.
called, This segment's called Cody Decised.
Yeah. Everything just went squarely on my shoulder. The only one that wasn't was Prizm and Optic, where I was like, oh, thank God I don't have to make
Our
that.
100K Topps Chrome allocation just went into 20.
Again, in 6 months. You're right. It could change. But right now, given what Prizm has been over the last decade plus, in the variety and the strength, I don't know. Yeah, it felt right. Even right now, it's not sitting right with me. I don't know. I can't flip it now, though. I locked it in. I locked it in. It's
Prism's the winner. And,
I mean, I'm trying to think. Like, if you were to open up a box, and we've all of us have opened up these boxes. Would you prefer a 1819 Prizm hobby box?
Oh, gosh.
Or an 0304 Topps Chrome basketball box?
Oh, brother.
And now we've ripped them both.
I think your chances are probably better in an 1819.
I think. Well, we've seen some tough
There's been tough
0304
one-
box.
yeah.
I've only
some very
opened
tough
one
ones.
0304 box, though. And I
That's
got a
true.
refractor. So
That's
You got
true.
a
You did get that. And we did one. We had another one where we were doing it with, we had that buyback we did where the packs somebody won
yeah.
a chance. And I think the best card we got out of there was a Kobe refractor.
I
Which
mean,
is still good.
but and you could all and
No, and it's Dwayne Wade rookie.
1819
Dwayne Wade
you
base
can
rookie.
you can get SGA as well
Yep. That's
without the
Jalen Brunson.
without the rookie
Yeah, God.
card logo on the SGA.
Never thought I would say it. I'm so sorry to Topps Chrome, the product I think I look forward to most every year. But God, I don't know. Felt right in the moment to say Prizm, but maybe I'm gonna step away from this episode and go, I was dead wrong. So roast me in the comments.
Prizm's kind of. I mean, there's a lot more variety too. It's fun. It's a
Yeah.
fun rip. So
It is.
I can't hate the pick. Well, moving on in the bracket is Prizm. So moving on to
it wins the
the
shiny bracket.
semifinals,
Yep.
right?
It wins the shiny bracket. And in our next episode, we will go all about that base. We'll go with base forward products because we got to give love to the base cards. We got to give love to it.
And Mojobreak.com, where we ship all base and all of our breaks. You can check out our schedule where everything is guaranteed and ready to fill. And come October, we're going to be doing a lot of Topps Chrome basketball. So be sure to grab spots in on that. And we'll see you guys on the next hype. Peace.